This video gives you an overview of the end-of-year process. More detailed videos of particular parts of the process are also available for viewing through the video buttons on those particular step screens. The end-of-year process is a set of screens that close out the current fiscal and school year and that get the system ready for the next year. The head person on the account is the only one who has access to the end-of-year process. This multi-step process does the following: graduates out top grade level students or the entire family if applicable, promotes other students up a grade and removes their teacher associations, sets the date to count memberships paid toward the next year, reviews helper logins for those helpers who will no longer have administrative duties in your organization, archives all financials and enters opening balances into financial ledgers, resets the member payment indicator accordingly and the volunteer background check indicator for all volunteers, and archives all volunteer hours. The end-of-year process does not change member skill interest committee indicators or directory preference settings for individual members. Depending on the version of PT Avenue you have, you may or may not have to do all of the steps of the end-of-year process described in this overview video. For example, membership-only accounts have no finances features to deal with. Membership and finance accounts without the full version access do not have an online store. Keep this in mind when you do your own end-of-year process. There are several things to consider before you close out the current fiscal and school year. You don't want to begin this process until you have wrapped up everything else for the year in PT Avenue. Therefore, it is very important that this head person coordinates this process with both the treasurer and the membership volunteer board members. If possible, do the end-of-year process together. Here's an overview of the steps you should take before you begin the end-of-year process. First, make sure that the financial books are ready to be closed, the audit is finished, and the projected carryover balance in the ledgers is correct. You'll also want to make sure that all online store orders are processed. If there are decisions to make regarding current and future inventory levels, make sure that this is also done before starting the end-of-year process. Verify that all students are in the correct grade levels. Part of the end-of-year process graduates your top grade level students and promotes the others. Finally, determine whether you will carry forward any memberships paid after a certain date, and if so, what that date is. Under normal circumstances, all memberships are reset to no for count as paid member with the end-of-year process, but you can have all memberships paid after a certain date applied to next year. To access the end-of-year process, log in and click Profile, then End of Year. This process consists of several steps. Note that you can leave the end-of-year process to fix something and come back at any time, or skip a step along the way. However, once you complete the final step to close the books, there is no going back to correct skipped areas. Warning boxes will show if you have already performed a particular step to help you avoid inadvertently repeating a step. The first two steps of the process deal with students. First, the system graduates students leaving your building, depending on your grade level settings. There are links here where you can verify exactly who is about to be deleted, both for students and for parents. Click these links and take a look if you want to verify names. If there is a problem, escape out and make corrections, then return to the end-of-year process start. Next, the remaining students are promoted to the next grade level. The dues status step sets the date after which any memberships paid are counted toward next year. In the helpers step, if any helpers will not be in your organization next year, you can delete them from your account. The financial items screen applies if you are using fixed fee items. If you have created fixed fee items, the end-of-year process can recreate them for the next fiscal year. The online store step in the end-of-year process goes through the online store items you have set up in PT Avenue and involves a number of screens. For unpaid or unfulfilled orders, it cancels the orders and includes the items in the inventory count for next year. Then you can delete items that are no longer needed or continue items you'll want for the next school year. The close financials step is the final and most important step in the process. This step officially closes your books for the current fiscal year. This screen posts any carryover balances for each of your accounts as indicated by your selections for budget categories. Once you complete this step, the system also resets member and volunteer information indicators accordingly. All volunteers are set to no background check received, and members who paid before the membership status date you entered are set as not paid. Once the end of your process has been completed, you will want to review membership payment and background check status for your members and volunteers, and make new teacher assignments if known. All of this can be done quickly through the global adjustment screens. You will also want to review your online store to adjust pricing, tax-free days, and other aspects of the store. You will also want to review your helper login access areas in case responsibilities and allowed areas of access have changed. Your treasurer will want to verify carryover balances and work with the new budget to put it in place for the year. Your membership and volunteer chairs will want to review the existing rosters and to decide upon the best method for getting new people into your account. Encourage returning members to update their own personal contact information. There are additional videos to walk you through the end-of-year process step by step, and be sure to check out our library of videos for help with other PT Avenue procedures.